The digital battlegrounds have echoed with the sound of clashing warriors for generations. But there is one name that stands out among the blood and fury: Mortal Kombat. Since its inception in the early 1990s, this legendary franchise has been at the forefront of fighting game genre, consistently pushing the boundaries of what video games can achieve. Today we embark on an epic journey through time dissecting the profound evolution of Mortal Kombat games. Mortal Kombat 1, 1992. Mortal Kombat is a 1992 fighting game developed and published by Midway. It is the first entry in Mortal Kombat series and was subsequently released by Acclaim Entertainment for nearly every home platform at that time. The game focuses on several characters of various intentions who enter a martial arts tournament with worldly consequences. It introduced many key aspects of the Mortal Kombat series, including the unique 5-button control scheme and gory finishing moves called fatalities. Mortal Kombat is considered by critics to be one of the greatest video games ever made. It spawned numerous sequels and spin-offs, beginning with Mortal Kombat 2 in 1993. Both games were the subject of film adaptation in 1995. However, it also sparked much controversy for its depiction of extreme violence and gore using realistic digitized graphics. Mortal Kombat 2, 1993. It is the second main installment in the Mortal Kombat franchise and a sequel to the 1992's Mortal Kombat, improving the gameplay and expanding the mythos of the original Mortal Kombat, introducing more varied finishing moves, including several fatalities per character and new finishers such as Babality and Friendship, and several iconic characters such as Kitana, Melina, Kung Lao, Noob Saibot, and the series' new recurring villain, Shao Kahn. The game's plot continues from the first game, featuring the next Mortal Kombat tournament set in the other dimensional realm of Outworld, with the Outworld and Earth realm representatives fighting each other on their way to challenge the evil Emperor Shao Kahn. The game was an unexpected commercial success and was acclaimed by most critics, receiving many annual awards and being featured in various top lists in the years and decades to come, and also caused a major video game controversy due to the series' continuous depiction of graphic violence. It spawned a spin-off game, Mortal Kombat Shaolin Monks, had the greatest influence on 2011 soft reboot game Mortal Kombat, and inspired numerous video game clones. Mortal Kombat 2 is often cited as one of the best video games ever made. Mortal Kombat 3, 1995. The third installment of Mortal Kombat retains the blood and gory attacks that define the series. It introduces new types of fatality finishing moves, including animalities. Other features new to the series were combos, predefined sequences used to perform a series of consecutive attacks. The new run button also allows the player to briefly dash towards the opponent, and the new combat code system allows players to enter various symbols before two-player matches to unlock certain additional features of the game. Mortal Kombat 3 was a commercial success and received generally positive reviews, but drew in criticism for omitting several popular characters from the previous games. It is the only main installment to not feature franchise's mascot, Scorpion. Characters omitted from this game were introduced in the two titles produced to update it: Mortal Kombat 3 Ultimate Version and Mortal Kombat Trilogy. Mortal Kombat 4, 1997. The gameplay system in Mortal Kombat 4 is similar to that of the previous games, with no additions more significant than the use of weapons and objects during fights. The storyline chronicles the attack from the corrupted Elder God Shinnok against his former comrades who trapped him in the Netherlands millennia prior to the beginning of the series. The other 17 playable characters take part in the battle between good and evil, with the forces of light trying to stop Shinnok and the forces of darkness from conquering all the realms. While developing the game, the Midway staff had problems rendering the graphics as it was one of the first 3D fighting games they have developed. Co-creator Ed Boon stated that the staff wanted to make Mortal Kombat 4 more violent than its predecessors, removing the comical finishing moves featured in them. Since its release, the game received generally positive response from critics, with the exception of Game Boy Color port. Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance 2002. It is the fifth main installment in the Mortal Kombat franchise, and a sequel to 1997's Mortal Kombat 4. Its story focuses on eponymous alliance between sorcerers Quan Chi and Shang Tsung, and their schemes to retrieve an ancient army to conquer Outworld and Earthrealm. The game is the only main installment not to feature series' protagonist Liu Kang as a playable character. It is also the first game in the canon series to not have the involvement of co-creator John Tobias, as he left midway in 1999 to pursue other interests. In addition to the original Game Boy Advance port of Deadly Alliance, a second version entitled Mortal Kombat Tournament Edition was released on August 25, 2003. The Tournament Edition featured characters such as Cybot and Sarina. Deadly Alliance received positive reviews from critics and revived the Mortal Kombat franchise. Mortal Kombat Deception 2004. Mortal Kombat Deception follows the storyline from the fifth installment, Deadly Alliance. Its story centers on the revival of the Dragon King Onaga, who attempts to conquer the realms featured in the series after defeating the sorcerers Quan Chi and Shang Tsung, the main antagonists in the previous game, and the Thunder God Raiden, defender of Earthrealm. The surviving warriors from the previous titles join forces to confront Onaga. 26 characters are available to play in the game, while 9 making their first appearance in the series. Deception contains several new features in the series, such as chess and puzzle games, with the MK characters and an online mode. The Conquest mode returns from Deadly Alliance, but follows the life of Shujinko, a warrior who is deceived by Onaga, to search for artifacts to give Onaga more powers. Deception's Conquest mode differs greatly from the Conquest mode of Deadly Alliance, however, containing elements of open world exploration in between story progression, rather than the combat tower of Deadly Alliance. Series co-creator Ed Boon designed Deception to be an unpredictable fighting game, and included new features such as mini-games as surprises. Several parts from Deadly Alliance such as combos and arenas were redesigned to be more realistic as well as more interactive. Deception has been well received by video game reviewers, who praised the fights and the new features. The Conquest mode, however, received criticism for poor voice acting. Several publications have called Deception the best fighting game of 2004. Mortal Kombat Armageddon 2006. Chronologically, the final chapter in the original Mortal Kombat storyline. It features virtually every character from the previous games. Players select one of them and battle a selection of other fighters to determine the fate of the Mortal Kombat universe. The gameplay retains many of the same elements from the previous Mortal Kombat titles, Deadly Alliance and Deception, including characters' multiple fighting styles. Instead of pre-scripted fatalities of the previous games, players can now create their own fatality from a series of gory attacks. They can also design a custom character using the Create a Fighter mode. The game also includes the story-based Conquest mode from Deception, now casting the player as a warrior Tavin, who must defeat his evil brother Dagon. Succeeding its predecessor's puzzle combat minigame is Mortal Kombat, a cartoonish driving game influenced by Mario Kart. The game was well received, particularly for a large number of playable characters and the Conquest mode. However, reviewers criticized the use of the same engine from the previous two games as well as the similar playstyle between characters. The reaction to the game's custom fatality feature was also mixed. Mortal Kombat vs DC Universe 2008. The game is a crossover between Mortal Kombat and the DC Universe, and is the 8th main installment in the Mortal Kombat franchise. The game was released on November 16, 2008. Mortal Kombat vs DC Universe was developed using Epic Games' Unreal Engine 3 and was the first Mortal Kombat title developed solely for the 7th generation of video game consoles. The game was the final entry in the franchise developed by Midway Games before the company went bankrupt in 2009 and sold their franchise to Warner Bros. The game's story takes place after Raiden, Earthrealm's God of Thunder, and Superman, Metropolis's Defender, repel invasions from both their worlds. An attack by both Raiden and Superman simultaneously in their separate universes caused the merging of Mortal Kombat and DC villains, Shao Kahn and Darkseid, resulting in the creation of Dark Khan, whose material existence causes the two universes to begin merging. If allowed to continue, it will result in the destruction of both. Characters from both universes begin to fluctuate in power, becoming stronger or weaker. Mortal Kombat vs DC Universe received mixed to positive reviews. Most reviews agreed that the game was entertaining and made good use of its DC Universe license, but its lack of unlockable features compared to past installments of Mortal Kombat and toned down finishing game moves garnered some criticism. The game was followed by Mortal Kombat Reboot in 2011 and by Injustice Gods Among Us in 2013. Mortal Kombat 2011. The game begins during the events of Mortal Kombat Armageddon. The plot is retroactive continuity to the earliest period in the Mortal Kombat series, the events of the first 3 games. The storyline involves the Divine Protector of Earth, Raiden, attempting to change the aftermath of the events of Armageddon by contacting his past self as he faces defeat at the hands of the evil Emperor of Outworld, Shao Kahn. While having characters and levels rendered in a 3 dimensions, the gameplay distances itself from a 3D graphic style seen in the last 5 games, bearing closer resemblance to that of the 2D era of the series. Using a camera that is perpendicular to the 2-dimensional playing field, colloquially this is called 2.5D. Upon release, Mortal Kombat received very positive reviews and won several awards for Fighting Game of the Year. It was also a commercial success, selling 1 million copies in the first month alone. Due to its extreme violent content, the game was banned in Australia due to the lack of appropriate ratings category, and South Korea, and has reportedly been indexed in Germany. The Australian ban was later lifted due to the introduction of an R18 classification of the game and was released with many other R-rated games in May 2013. Mortal Kombat X 2015. Like previous Mortal Kombat games, Mortal Kombat X's gameplay consists of 2 players, 1 player and the CPU, fighting against each other with their selected character, using a large varied array of character-specific attacks. The game contains several modes, such as a story mode, which takes place 25 years after the previous Mortal Kombat game, several tower modes which feature dynamically changing challenges, numerous online modes, and the Crypt, a mode played in first-person perspective, where players can explore the areas unlocking a variety of in-game items. The console version of Mortal Kombat X received critical acclaim upon release. Most praise was directed at the game's controls, overall gameplay, graphics, story, and characters, with some reviewers calling it the best game in Mortal Kombat series. However, the PC version of the game was met with mixed reception, with reviewers citing numerous technical issues as problems that severely hindered the experience. Selling more than 10 million copies, the game was the fastest selling game in the franchise and the ninth best selling retail game of 2015 in United States. Mortal Kombat 11 2019 game features a diverse roster of fighters, each with their own unique abilities and fatalities. Gruesome finishing moves that have become a trademark of the series. Players engage in one-on-one battle using a combination of punches, kicks, and special moves to defeat their opponents. What sets Mortal Kombat 11 apart is its deep and engaging story mode, which continues the narratives established in previous games. The story revolves around time manipulation and futures characters from different eras, creating a complex, intriguing plot. In addition to the story mode, the game offers various multiplayer modes, including traditional versus battles and online competitions. Players can customize their character with different skins, gears, and abilities, adding an extra layer of strategy and personalization to the game. Mortal Kombat 11 has received positive reviews from its stunning graphics, engaging gameplay, and extensive content. It continues to be a favorite among fans of the fighting game genre, offering a mix of nostalgia for long-time players and excitement for newcomers. Mortal Kombat 1 2023 The game is a reboot of Mortal Kombat series, serving as both a sequel to Mortal Kombat 11 and a new starting point for the franchise. It is set in the New Era timeline, which was created by Liu Kang after he attained godhood in Mortal Kombat 11. The story of Mortal Kombat 1 follows a new generation of fighters who are tasked with protecting Earthrealm from the forces of Outworld. The game features a new roster of characters, including some returning favorites, as well as variety of new gameplay features and mechanics. One of the biggest changes in Mortal Kombat 1 is the new fighting system. The game features a more fluid and dynamic combat system that allows players to chain together attacks more easily. The game also features a new crushing ball system which allows players to perform devastating attacks if they hit their opponent at the right time. Another new feature in Mortal Kombat 1 is the faction system. Players can choose to join one of three factions: Special Forces, Black Dragon, and Lin Kuei. Each faction has its own unique abilities and playstyles. Mortal Kombat 1 received positive reviews from critics, who have praised the game's new fighting system, graphics, and story mode. The game has also been a commercial success, selling over 1 million copies in its first week of release. Thanks for watching this video. If you liked it, hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe for more videos like this. And also check out my other YouTube channels and Android games, links are in the description. So if you're wondering what video to watch next, check out this video.